We're live.
Yay! And welcome back to another Sakara YouTube Live. So excited to be here. I'm Whitney.
And I'm Danielle.
We are the founders of Sakara. And today we are talking about the relaunch of our cult favorite product, the Metabolism Super Powder.
We're going to be touching on metabolism health and what it means and really how to take care of your metabolism.
It is something that needs to be taken care of. It's not something that you just have to fight or that you have to manage. I like coming at it from that perspective. How can we nurture and nourish our metabolism so that it works its best for us?
Yeah, and if you think about boosting our metabolism really is about giving our cells the nutrients it needs to do the work of transforming our food into fuel. So that really is what our metabolism is. Our metabolism is our body's ability to do cellular work to take the foods that we eat and turn it into fuel that is really kind of the currency of our body. So if you remember biology class, ATP, so it comes out of, cellular respiration. And we really want to fuel ourselves so that they can do that work really, really well. So I think that we should talk about some of the actives in our metabolism superpower and really get into the science behind it, because our actives are really interesting and powerful. We did change them a little from our old metabolism powder. We heard your feedback, and a lot of the feedback was it didn't dissolve super
as well as you would have liked it to.
As well as we would have liked it. And I'm with you. It's hard when something isn't easy to consume. Like our powder really worked, and this one works just as well, but we made it a little bit more delicious.
Yes, a little bit easier to mix in, and the taste is even more chocolatey and yummy. I think you guys are really gonna like this.
Like you can just have it in water.
Yeah, we did that yesterday. We just stirred it into water. It was good to go.
Where our old one, I personally found I thought it was delicious. It was a little bit more bitter, and I think it was best enjoyed in a smoothie
or in a cup of coffee. Whereas,
but you still have to stir it all the time.
You did. You have to mix it a lot like that. But this one, it's great just on its own, or stirred into some nut milk. We have it a few different ways here to show you some recipes and how you can make it at home. But I think this one is really versatile, whether you're putting it into some hot nut milk or hot water, or you're making it iced in a nice cold beverage, or blending it into a smoothie, or even baking it into some yummy chocolate brownies.
So when we set out to create our metabolism kind of suite, which includes our metabolism bars, our metabolism super powder, and our metabolism bites, or thermogenic gummies, we really wanted to think about it in ways that you could experience real results, because sometimes our metabolism can be really healthy and boosted and you might not know, but we really wanted to focus on a few things. For those of you looking for help with weight management, this product in particular is amazing. If you find that you have cravings, like especially sweet cravings, this product is really great at helping stabilize blood sugar and also helping with insulin sensitivity, which I know is an issue for more and more people there. Yeah. So one of the main actives in our metabolism super powder also has new packaging, is called diglofit. And it comes from West African spice fruits, and it helps the metabolism in a few ways. So one, it's really rich in polyphenols. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when your cells do work, they actually create free radicals. Free radicals are a natural end product of your cells doing the work they need to do. That's one of the reasons that we actually need to consume antioxidants in our diet, is to help with free radicals so we don't have oxidative stress.
So we can eat the rainbow, right? And get lots of different brightly colored fruits and vegetables that contain lots of antioxidants. Or you can also consume them in your supplements, like what's in our Sakara Metabolism Super Powder, that African spice fruit.
Yeah, and if you've been with us for a while, you know we talk about eating rainbow, you know we talk about antioxidants. Really nourishing your metabolism comes from what you're doing every single day, how you're eating, the lifestyle you're living. But this is really a great cherry on top to really help make sure that you are fueling the cherries. We're gonna make a cherry smoothie later. So Diglofit has really rich in polyphenols, which can help, not so we don't experience oxidative stress. Can kind of like tame that fire of inflammation that I'm sure you've heard about, which really impairs your metabolism. It really affects your metabolism.
And I feel like so often people are trying to lose weight when really they need to lose inflammation. Like I know that when I've done our level 2 detox and, taken our metabolism bites, what I notice is more than a number on the scale. It's how my clothes fit. It's how I feel in my body that I'm just less puffy. I'm less inflamed. I'm less bloated because that inflammation gets tamed.
So the other thing that Diglofit does is it helps us burn stored fat. So it really helps with fatty acid oxidation and helping us not only burn fat from what we eat, but also stored fat. So if you're someone who, I remember my mom always used to joke, like after menopause, she felt like she would look at food and gain weight. So if you're somebody who feels like they experience that or you're gaining weight, you don't know why, this could be a great addition to your already very healthy plant forward lifestyle. And on metabolism, I also want to talk about, because my mom also used to say that even before menopause, I want to say something. When we look at the literature, our metabolisms don't change until our 60s, sometimes even 70s. And I think I want to say that especially to all of the women out there, because I think we're fed different narratives. And I think those narratives really impact our kind of emotional well-being about our own health and our own bodies.
What I think I create.
And how capable they are. Your metabolism does not have to slow as you age. When we look across these cohort studies, we see that they don't really change significantly until we reach our 60s. So if you're experiencing what you think might be kind of like metabolic slowdown, that might be that you're not getting enough of the right nutrients to really fuel your metabolism and yourself. So make sure, as we talk about this all the time, that you are eating a really healthy plant forward diet every single day, making sure you're getting those vitamins, making sure you're getting enough fiber and polyphenols to fight inflammation.
And then really quality sleep too.
Yeah. And then I was going to say, and adding on kind of like the things on top of that that can really improve metabolic function, making sure you're getting enough sleep, making sure are you in fight or flight all the time? Or do you know what it feels like when your nervous system moves from fight or flight to rest and digest? Do you know what that feels like? I mean, we're in New York City right now, and I can say that, most people here don't know what rest and digest feels like. You have to be pretty proactive about it. It's much easier to exist in fight or flight and not notice it versus
go nonstop.
Yeah.
Without taking that moment to pause and feel into your body. I mean, we were just doing a webinar earlier and talking about body intelligence. And one of the practices that I like to do is to just pause before I eat, to just use that moment of eating as a reminder. Oh, hey, take a moment to check in, just take a few breaths, just slow down for 3 beats, just 3 breaths. Breathe into your belly, let it expand, just relax. So much of our stress and everything can be held in our belly area around the gut, which we know is so important to our enteric nervous system. Yeah, letting that relax, and that's going to improve your digestion. So if you're eating healthy foods, you're going to absorb more nutrients from those foods. You're going to digest your food better. That'll help reduce bloat. It's going to help your metabolism. It's going to help your energy production. It's going to help with everything. So like Danielle's saying, there's a number of different things we can do to really support that metabolism. And if you're somebody who has been
thinking about GLP-1s, but it's not necessary, it's like not a medical necessity. And you've probably maybe seen some people microdosing, or you're just curious, but maybe, you know, you don't have the medical diseases that might get you a prescription. I think this is a really interesting product for you to try because it boosts your metabolism with the diglofit, but it also contains cinnamon bark extract. And studies have shown that this acts very similarly to the GLP-1s in that it slows down carbohydrate digestion. So it slows the emptying of your stomach, which is really, you know, what Ozempic is famous for. And so it can help just slow it down, so that one, you feel fuller longer. And two, you know, your body, because of that, it impacts your insulin sensitivity and your blood glucose levels, which also equal metabolic health.
Yeah, and less snacking.
Yeah.
If you're feeling fuller longer, you're gonna snack less. And I really like what we were talking about just between the two of us the other day, about in Ayurveda and their philosophy about digestion. Can you explain a little bit about that?
I don't remember what I said.
Oh, well, we're talking about how in Ayurveda, you know, this is a practice that has existed for thousands of years. The recommendation is to eat your meals and not snack in between. That you need to give your body that rest in between to fully digest. And it's almost like you're doing a load of laundry. So if you get your washing machine going, like your digestion going, if you keep opening up your washing machine and sticking more dirty, muddy clothes inside and then closing it, those clothes are never going to get clean because you just have to restart the process again, restart your load of laundry. And it's the same with your digestion. You need to give it time to finish the cycle before adding more in. But we're in this constant, you know, in this society of snacking and grazing. And some of it also just comes from, you know, an anxiety or a habit, and using a product that can help kind of quiet some of that food noise and help you feel more satiated can help break that cycle and that habit of snacking.
And because it contains the diglofit, the cinnamon bark extract, and chromium, which we haven't talked about yet, all three of those things are really helpful in stabilizing blood sugar levels and insulin sensitivity, which, by the way, if you are someone who has a lot of blood glucose spikes, or you are reaching insulin insensitivity, then you might experience more sugary cravings. So how well we can kind of stabilize our blood sugar might equal how much we are reaching for snacks. So if you're someone that, you know, really wants help with snacking, which it's hard, this world is hard to live in. It's hard to take care of our metabolism in this world right now. We have lots of, you know, outside toxins from endocrine disruptors, etc. And our grocery stores are mostly filled with snacks. And so we understand that it's really hard. You guys know that the foundation for metabolic health, in our opinion, is based on filling your plate with lots of healthy, clean, organic, whole foods. But having products like these, like this and our gummies, that can really be that cherry on top to help you kind of combat what is already out there and affecting our metabolism.
Yeah. And insulin sensitivity is just something that is becoming more and more of a hot topic. And so it's something that I'm really excited that we're including these ingredients. And, you know, I have a son with type 1 diabetes, and his endocrinologist also recommends for him to be supplementing with chromium and cinnamon bark to help stabilize his blood sugar, even though he has type 1. So, you know, this is something that can help you if you're in that diabetes camp, or if you're not and you just want to take a more preventative stance. It's really something that's amazing, and it's been shown through lots of different clinical studies that it can be really effective.
So if you are on our signature program and eating the meals, a great way to incorporate this into that is, one, I know Whitney really likes to put this in her coffee, or maybe even use it as a coffee substitute.
I get so much energy from this that often, you know, I will just do it instead of coffee.
And that's really why we reformulated because, we want things to be efficacious and work, but they're only efficacious if you take them and if you do it. And so we heard the feedback. You wanted it to be slightly more enjoyable. So this one's really delicious, you guys. Like literally just have it in water. I have a warm one right here, just in water. Cheers. Whitney's having an iced one. Cheers. And it's so smooth. You definitely, you have to stir it, but it's so smooth that you can incorporate it. I think morning is a really nice time to take it. If you're someone that drinks coffee, I drink coffee. You can add it to your coffee. You can use it as a coffee substitute. But because it helps with that insulin sensitivity, blood sugar spikes, and cravings throughout the day, I think morning is a really nice time to take it, especially if you're someone who finds that they want to snack throughout the day or has that kind of 3 p.m. need for.
Yeah, it's really a great thing to kind of start you off on the right foot in the morning, and help keep you more balanced throughout the day.
Yeah. I was just asking for a spoon. You do still kind of have to mix it, but I will tell you that our other formula, like you can taste this, you can't taste this right now, but I just tasted it and we made it a few minutes before we went on the live. So it needs to stir, but I feel like our other formula, it would have been like just water at the top and the powder would have been at the bottom, where this like really helps. It really just makes it a much smoother experience. That's okay.
Would you like a pen? That's all I got.
It also is so nice with that, like it has like a cinnamony taste, as well, which is really like that Mexican hot chocolate.
Yes, exactly. And it doesn't have a strong stevia taste. I'm really sensitive to stevia. I don't like the way it tastes. And this doesn't taste like the strong stevia taste.
Yeah, and also, you guys, I have to admit, I'm not a huge powder person because I just can never figure out how to put it into my lifestyle, like unless I'm having a smoothie, which I don't every single day. But because this is so enjoyable in just water, it's so much easier. Like if you have a whisk, or if you have, I have one of those things you can put those frothers. You can just do water. Oh yeah, well, I think this sprays everywhere. It's very strong.
I know how to do it.
Okay, you do it, and you hold it.
I use this one every day, so I know how to do it.
Oh yeah, see, it's so chocolatey.
You do like this, and then you hold it to turn it off.
Yeah, because if you just click it, it gets higher and higher and higher. Yeah, that's our Sakara whisk.
Sakara frother right here.
Yeah, so
We have
literally
new ones coming.
New ones coming.
We were just told we have new ones coming.
Good to know. Exciting.
That is exciting. I'm super excited.
Yeah, no, a good frother is an essential kitchen tool.
It is.
But yeah, so I'm just having it in water, and I personally, I know I will consume this powder a lot more because it's so enjoyable just in water.
Desirable. Like, I think that that's one of the ways to make a habit is by doing the things that you like to do, making them enjoyable.
And I promise it's not going to be as effective if you're not enjoying the process.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I know that you really like your morning ritual of having something warm to drink in the morning, of just
even hot days I have a hot coffee.
Yeah. But of that kind of like waking up process and having something nice and warm, comforting like that. So what a better way to start the day than something that is actually supporting your body and doing something good for your body.
Supporting your cellular health.
Yeah. Starting you on the right foot.
And just so you guys know, you can have this with the Metabolism bites as well. This could be your morning routine. You can do the Metabolism bites in the afternoon.
Or between breakfast and lunch, have your bites, and between lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
So you can kind of like stack your dosages on top of each other like that. That is totally okay to do and get all of those amazing benefits that we talked about, like the weight management and fat metabolism, fat burning aspects of it, which I really appreciate too. And I'm not afraid to say that. Like, I like that I get additional benefits, that all of my hard work that I put in from eating clean, like doing my best to eat a healthy diet and work out and do my strength training Pilates and such, but I feel like I get even more benefits when I'm adding in the Metabolism Super Powder or my Metabolism Bites.
Especially if you're someone who, is going through perimenopause, or, for the longest time for me, it was like a few pounds, and I wasn't freaking out about it, but it was like, yeah, that'd be nice.
Especially the stubborn ones.
Yeah, well,
where,
I think
just
when
won't
you're
change.
healthy and you get to a certain weight, it tends to be harder and harder. And so really taking care of our metabolism, if you're somebody that's just looking to like optimize, it's a great and tasty addition. We also have a smoothie here. We put banana, spinach, frozen cherries, and some of our metabolism powder.
What a treat.
So good.
Yeah, would make a delicious, just like summertime smoothie.
Yeah.
Out in the summertime, anytime, out in the Hamptons, drinking your cherry metabolism smoothie. Yum.
So good.
So good. I know, it's so nice. We're here in New York City today. It's a little rainy, a little drizzly, but I don't mind it.
You don't mind it?
I don't mind it. We're here.
It's because it's still warm.
It's still warm
It's
outside.
a warm drizzle.
It was a beautiful morning this morning. The sun was shining.
Yeah.
So, and here we are getting to drink Metabolism Super Powder.
Cheers.
And talk to all of you all today.
But if you're someone who enjoyed the last metabolism powder and enjoyed the benefits particularly, you will experience the same benefits of fewer cravings, of really increasing your metabolic thermogenic burn, and helping with your blood glucose spikes and snacking throughout the day. So same benefits, kind of slightly different approach, but a much tastier formula. So you can really, really enjoy it and just put it in anything, have it on the go, whatever you need.
I know this really is one of our cult favorite products of all time. Like when we look at all of the different products that we offer at Sakara, this one is one of the tried and true. People go nuts for it. It's hard to keep in stock. You may have noticed right now we're sold out of our Metabolism Bites, and that's because that has become another cult favorite product. So if you are interested in the bites, be sure to put your name on the wait list, and we will let you know. You'll be the first to know when we get those back in stock. We are in the works of making those right now. And in the meantime, get the Metabolism Super Powder. It's so good, and it has similar ingredients to give you those same amazing metabolism boosting benefits. And it tastes like chocolate.
So good.
No brainer. It's seriously a no brainer.
Anything else you want to add?
Okay, we're getting a question about if you can do it instead of breakfast in the morning.
I mean, I think if you're going to add it to a smoothie, but I think breakfast means food components. This is not meant to replace food. This is not like a food replacement shake. So, it's incredibly low in calories and fiber. So
and if we're talking about metabolism, you
gotta nourish.
Yeah, and you gotta get that metabolism started in the morning. Like so to show your body that you're gonna be getting nourishment, you're gonna be getting food. I actually see this a lot out in the world and talking to different clients that will skip breakfast in the morning. They're thinking that they're saving those calories for later and that they're doing a good thing by just having a coffee in the morning. But that it's sending signals of stress to the body of, well, maybe we're not going to eat today, and I need to slow down that metabolism and hold on to everything we've got so that we have enough energy to make it through the day. But if you get up in the morning and you eat something, especially for women, this is really important. It's different than for men. For women, it's important to get something into your body in the morning, and it just calms down your nervous system to know we're getting nourishment. We have enough to supply ourselves to be able to expend energy throughout the day.
Yeah, and in full transparency, I'm not someone who loves a big breakfast. Like I've tried it where it's like, they say big breakfast, eat like a king in the morning, and
a queen, a lunch, and a
I don't know, whatever it is.
Whatever that is.
I no matter what, I just don't feel great if I have a huge breakfast, but I try and get a lot of different fruits in the morning personally. I love fruit, and I'm really sad people think that fruit is bad. fruit is so good for us. Fruit is full of antioxidants,
Antioxidants
full of
and fiber.
vitamins and minerals and water, and so good for us. So I personally love having fruit. And so smoothies are something I do often, or I'll just have like, a bunch of like a full bowl of fresh cut up fruit and then maybe a warm metabolism latte in the morning. So don't be afraid to like really eat a breakfast. If you want this to get you going and then you're going to eat breakfast in like an hour, I think that's fine. But you don't want to just like make this your breakfast and then 5 hours later have lunch.
Yeah. I am really excited to make some smoothies with this. I mean, we just got this in, so really excited to switch over to the new one and start using this one. But one of my favorite recipes to do, I like to keep wild blueberries in the freezer and also acai, because to me, acai tastes like the combination of blueberries and chocolate, which I really like. So I do wild blueberries, acai, and some metabolism super powder, and it is like this berry chocolate kind of flavor that is just really rich and yummy and delicious. Yeah.
Yeah. I might do something like bananas. You can add in more cinnamon if you want it to be. You could also add in like a little bit of cayenne and make it something like a spicy kind of like Mexican hot chocolate smoothie. You know what else I really like blended in a smoothie? I don't know if it'd be good with chocolate necessarily, but passion fruit is so good in a smoothie, you guys. It makes everything taste sweeter, even though itself is not a sweet
little
fruit.
tart.
Yeah, it's really tart, so it makes everything taste just like kind of like candy.
That's
delicious.
amazing. I could also see like frozen cauliflower.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Also, really like I'll do half banana, half frozen cauliflower. I love my favorite greens and smoothies right now is bok choy.
Ooh, that's unusual.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
It's like because if you are like us and you have a lot of greens, you do want to be mindful of which ones you're having a lot of. I think people just tend to think like add spinach to your smoothie, which I do, but that's not what I'm going to do every day. Sometimes if I'll have spinach in the morning, later I'll have a different green. So it was just a green I didn't feel like I was getting a lot of. And because it's so watery, it blends really, really well. So I really like bok choy right now. Watercress is also really good in smoothies.
Ooh, that's such a great way to boost your nutrient diversity, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to get that at least 30 different plants into your diet each week, then bok choy in a smoothie, that's a great one to add. And then you can have spinach with your lunch or saute it into your dinner. But I love that idea. Mixing up your greens inside of your smoothie. And with Sakara, if you're ordering one of our nutrition programs, you're getting upwards of 200 different plant species in a week. So we know how important that diversity is for gut health, for different nutrients. So yeah, that's a great way. I love that. I'm gonna try that. Buy some bok choy, put it in my smoothie.
Yeah, I mean, getting a diversity of plants means you're going to get a diversity of fibers, and then different kinds of fibers mean different types of bacteria live in your gut. And that's the number one indicator of a healthy gut is a diverse amount of microbes in your gut. And so the way you do that is get lots of different fibers from lots of different plants. 50 grams of fiber a day, you guys.
It's a lot.
Everybody's
talking about getting the grams of protein, but
that's what you get when you're on a day of Sakara, 45 to 50 grams of fiber. I personally do 2 scoops of our fiber powder every day.
Which that would be tasty mixed with this too.
Yeah, if you're going to do a fruity smoothie, you can definitely add, it has like a slight pineapple flavor. But that way you're getting an extra 12 grams of fiber. So then you only really have to aim for 35 grams throughout the day, which makes a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that suggestion. And I know you guys love our fiber super powder. That one is amazing. It is so much more than just like a psyllium husk fiber powder or something like that, which is one single source fiber source. Whereas with ours, you get 10 different fiber sources in one bag. And those different types of fibers feed different microbes in the gut. So you're really helping to support a healthy diverse gut microbiome. Yeah, which like really getting to more, instead of just helping you to eliminate, which that one does, it's really about cultivating your ecosystem, which, you know, we say this every single time. I'm going to say it again. Your gut is the epicenter of your health. And so you have to take care of it. You have to nurture it. It's going to help support your metabolism too. Yeah.
And we're exactly just ask when it comes to
Okay, getting questions about what to eat on the weekend. If you're eating Sakara throughout the week, what do you do on the weekends? What do you do? I mean, for me, it depends on my goals. I think it's personal and individual. If you're coming into Sakara and you're using it for convenience and you're already, you know, somebody that is in pretty good health and you're not really looking, you know, like to clear your skin or to lose weight or whatever your thing might be, then on the weekends, I mean, I would like to cook with my family at home, go out with friends and enjoy it and not have the stress about what I'm eating, because I know on Monday I'm back to my Sakara and feeling good and in that rhythm, and I've built the resilience where I can do that and it doesn't throw me out of balance. Now, if I'm in a place where I don't have that resilience built up yet, and I'm still working on, you know, healing my gut and finding that balance where I'm looking to lose weight or I'm looking to, you know, heal my chronic infections or whatever it might be, then I'm going to stick closer to the Sakara program. And so what that might mean is, you know, eating at home more and cooking meals and learning for myself, how do I make meals like what I see on the Sakara menu? Play around with building a Sakara plate, maybe even cook out of the Sakara cookbook.
Yeah, and I'd also ask, like, if I don't know what tripped up means for you, like, it could be, sounds to me like there might be a little bit of like maybe food shame. Like, are there foods that you think are really bad that you should never eat? Because that's not the point either. I think, as Whitney said, like, if you're healing from something, you know, we have clients, all the people like that are dealing with acne all the way to cancer to autoimmune disease. So in that case, as Whitney said, try and stick to the program. And that just means focusing on whole foods. Like, yes, we've done a lot of work to make intricate, delicious meals, but you know, sweet potatoes and some black beans and rice, that can be your meal. And you don't have to overcomplicate it. So I think if you're just learning kind of how to live the Sakara life when you're not on the program, just keep it really simple. Focus on whole foods, buy them organic, and, you know, play around with different dressings. We have dressing recipes on our site. We have a cookbook you can check out. But I'd say keep it simple. And then also remember, like, if you're feeling good, let yourself enjoy the weekend. Maybe that means having a smoothie for breakfast and a salad for lunch, and then you're going to go out, eat whatever you want at dinner on your date, whatever it is. But I'd say investigate if you had food shame. And if you do, work on that. You know, our motto is eat clean, play dirty. Like, joy is a nutrient. So make sure you're having fun with your food and your relationship to food. And then if you're cooking for yourself, keep it simple.
Yeah, one of our clients, she said that, you know, all of her friends know that she eats Sakara throughout the week, and they were at dinner and they were passing around the bread basket, and she was like, hey, and, you know, was reaching for it. And they're like, oh, Miss Sakara, like, you eat bread? I thought that you know, were always like on Sakara and no bread. She was like, no, bread is part of living the Sakara life, that I eat well throughout the week so that I can enjoy the bread basket and have zero shame and zero guilt around it and just love the bread and feel really good in doing it. So, you know, I think it's make it your own, whatever feels right to you. Like Danielle's saying, you are what you do the majority of the time, and there's no shame in the choices that you make, and really leaning into that body intelligence of what feels good. Like, I love that that's how you talk about like wine and having a glass of wine. Like, for me, wine doesn't feel good, so I don't do it.
Yeah.
But if it feels good to you, and you love it, enjoy it.
You might have other things that make you feel good that don't make me feel good. And I always get the question of like, well, how do you know when it's been too much? And I'm like, it's like,
Be honest.
yeah, and listen
And listen.
and like, yeah, a glass, maybe two of wine every once in a while. I love it. I love enjoying that with my husband or friends when I'm out to dinner. But if you've had too much and then it's not fun anymore. So I think that's where body intelligence comes into play and really knowing your body, knowing the signals that your body gives you when it's had enough
Yeah.
or not enough.
So at the end of the day, I mean, that's such a huge piece of what we do at Sakara is we want to give you the tools to be able to listen to your own body, to clear out some of the food noise, to clear out some of the disruptors, things like pesticides or additives that might be clouding your communication from your body, so that you can really listen to those signals that your body is telling you, so that you can listen when you are really hungry, when you are full, you're tired, when, all these, our bodies are constantly communicating with us, but we have to be able to listen. Yeah.
Anything else?
They said body is
The body is wise.
Indeed. She knows.
You're wise.
Well, we love being here with you guys. Thank you for showing up. And we'll see you really soon. We have a new product coming soon. So we'll be here to talk about it.
Yeah. And
Can't
in the
wait.
meantime, reach out to us through social media. Be sure you're following me and Danielle at Danielle Dubois, at Wendy Tingle, and of course at Sakara Life. We love to hear from you, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out so that we can get the word out there and you get notified for more of these informational talks and webinars we love to do.
Bye.
Bye.